Mmm. Looks like someone sprayed the walls with pig guts from ceiling to floor. What colour should the walls of a hospital be? White, of course. And the creatures of rotting flesh shambling around me, I'm sure this hallway looks just as white as it should. I know intellectually, as an intellectual like myself, that the walls are white. I know that the flesh beasts are really human. I'm the one with the problem, and it's because I've accepted this that I'm able to lead something approaching a normal life. Ah, yes. Even if my university's medical department is nowhere near as good as T University, still a medical student specializing in neurology, I have a basic idea of what has happened to me, though it's hard to believe. This isn't a pathological condition, so I have some form of agnosia unlike anything that's ever been studied before. The flesh beast called Tambo Ryoko said that other patients had developed neurological disorders after receiving the same treatment I did, so I guess I'm just another failure. It makes me want to laugh in that know-it-all doctor's face. He must watch Rick and Morty. That said, I don't blame the doctors who operated on me. After all, I do owe them my life. I know as well as anyone how low the chance of success was, that I had no other hope of survival. I was unlucky, that's all there is to it. The point is that my condition isn't treatable, fuck words. Just like someone adapting to a hearing aid or wheelchair, I've got no choice but to adapt to this nauseating scenery. Of course it's hard. It wasn't easy to resign myself to this fate, but now there's more than just despair. Even for me, there is a glimmer of hope, keeping my eyes on my feet so as to see as little of this horrifying world as possible. I hurry home. Fleshy. What if the trees just look like bare trees? I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood, in a house that's much too large for me alone. My parents, even unluckier than I was, died in the accident 3 months ago. I couldn't even go to the funeral for being in intensive care. I had to sell my father's business, but at least what he left me with the house and enough money to live on. At least that left me with the house and enough money to live on for a while. Fuck, man. Of course I'm sad, but the accident took from me more than my parents. In fact, being on my own has probably saved me. If they were still alive, my parents would have never allowed me to live with some strange girl after all. Oh. You know what? I'm not doing any of her lines. As I open the door, a bright voice greets me from the kitchen. The voice is beautiful and clear as a bell. Human. Its sweet sound washes the day's fucking cacophony from my memory. Fuck words. I'm home, sire. Even the patter of feet coming down the hallway is music to my ears. Nowhere else in the city can I hear such footsteps, only in this house, with sire. I'm so privileged. Look how cute she is! You're late. I was a little worried. Okay, I just did one of her lines, fuck it. Sorry, I had stopped by the hospital today. This is really cool background music. Oh, that was today. In her smile, the inquisitive tilt of her head is everything that I have lost. Since my accident, this girl is the only person I've met, perhaps the only person in the entire world, who does not trigger my cognitive disorder. True, her skin seems too white, and the colour of her eyes and hair is probably different in reality. Even so, her form is undeniably human. And it's not just her appearance and her voice, but also her. As I bend down to take my... Boys, I hope you're watching alone. As I bend down to take off my shoes, Saya wraps her arms around my neck and pulls me gently into her tiny bosom. 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 Man lives a good life. Her skin feels truly human, not cold or slimy, and from her hair wafts the sweet fragments of a young girl. In all the world, only Saya is pleasing to my 5 senses. What's more, she smiles at me, embraces me. She knows that she is my salvation, and for some reason is happy that I need her. If I had not met Saya, if I had been all alone in this twisted, filth-ridden world, I would no doubt have succumbed to madness. It is no exaggeration to say that Saya alone is keeping me alive. What did you do today? Worked on the living room. Painting's half done, and now making your dinner like I learned from the TV. Sounds good. It'll take a little longer. Can you wait? Sure, I'll do some more work in the living room. After I see the humming Saya off to the kitchen, I step into the living room. I realized one day that if the natural colors of this world were sickening, all I'd do was paint everything with colors that seemed pleasant. I went to the hardware store and bought every color of paint I could find. Then Saya and I tried to find different combinations until we found one that worked. Fuck, reading's hard. To paint the bedroom from ceiling to floor, I was finally able to get my first good night's sleep since the accident. When we first started on the living room, Saya, unsure what to do with the curtains, just painted carefully around the windows. Without a moment's hesitation, I tore the curtains down and painted over the glass itself. There'll never be anything out there that I want to see, and as long as we keep the storm shutters closed, the neighbors probably won't think anything of it. Dinner's ready. Can you bring it in here? As she enters the living room with a tray of food, Saya sniffs the air. Paint smell doesn't bother you? Now she mentioned it, I suppose the smell of paint thinner must be building up in this closed room. Doesn't really bother me though. There are far worse smells outside. Does it bother you, Saya? No, I'm fine if you are. Saya sets the food on the table, unfortunately. Neither its colour nor its smell is at all appetizing. Not that food elsewhere is any different. Thanks, Saya. As become routine, I steel myself and methodically transport the food into my mouth. The taste is as gut-wrenching as I expected, but it's not Saya's fault. Sure, she made it exactly like the cooking show said. It's just that my taste buds can't accept it. It's not good? She asked hesitantly. Well, no. Wow, blunt. Lying won't make Saya happy. She knows about my condition. Don't worry about it. I'll make something different tomorrow. Sorry. You always go to the trouble of cooking, but I... It's fine. If you keep trying. If I keep trying, maybe I'll find something you'll like. My current state. Eating is nothing more than an unwelcome duty. As much as I hate it, I need food to survive. If I stay alive, then perhaps one day, as Saya says, I'll be able to taste something delicious again. I met Saya, didn't I? Aren't you going to eat? No, I already ate. In all the time we've been together, Saya has never once eaten with me. Don't know why she refuses to do so. Makes me a little sad. Same. Still, I'm not about to push the issue. No one's just putting up with all the problems I have. By the way, I asked about your father again. About Dad. Dr. Ogai Masahiko, Saya's father, is her only relative. Saya's asked me to unravel the mystery of his disappearance. They still won't tell me anything. I get the feeling they're hiding something. Oh. That was a really solid O. I expected Saya to be a little more dejected. Dejected? You haven't given up, have you? No. Looks off to the side. It's not that. She gives a little shake of her head and smiles at me once again. Thanks for all you've done for me, Minori. It's nothing compared to what you've done for me. I thank her for the meal and set my chopsticks down next to the perfectly clean plate. As rich as the taste was, thinking of the care that Saya put into it gave me the strength to finish every bite. Is it bath? It's bath time. Yeah, will you wash my back again? Alright, this is where we get banned. Sure. Right, we're getting banned. Ever since Saya moved in, it's been like having my own wife. Right, remember, we're getting banned, so, cover your screen if you don't want to see shit. Saya, why are you so good to me? Boom! Saya's slender hips bounce up and down with an insatiable hunger, each descent thrusting my manhood deep into the embrace of a hot, tight woman. Yeah, we're not reading those lines though. Who could imagine that a seemingly incorruptible body would ever glisten with the hot sweat of passion, feast on pleasure with such bottomless lust? Sire, my darling sire, is this really what you want? Why do you go so far for me? What am I that you can give yourself to me, body and soul? Heart. We're not reading those lines, I read half of them. Is this merely sympathy? Do you pity me, the exile from society? Is that enough for you to want to surrender yourself to such deep, mad desire? Are you so wanton? Her eyes, as she gazes down upon me, devoid of twisted or sinful desire. There are only the melting flames of ecstasy. There are only the melting flames of ecstasy. Her beautiful carnal moans and undulating body seem impossible, dreamlike. Cannot help but wonder if even the pleasure that is burning me from the head to toe is but an illusion. Then touch her to reassure myself that she is real. I raise my hands to her small breasts and seize them like my life depends on it. Ah! Saya convulses, screaming like an animal. As I roll her sharp pink nipples through my fingers, she throws her head back and gasps for air. Saya is here, she is with me now. Only in this moment is her existence certain, only when I am joined with her can I believe. I nod and accelerate the pace of my thrust. Saya's gasps rise in pitch as her mad dance of passion reaches its peak. No matter what cruel fate might await me, Saya is there. There is nothing I fear more than losing you. Saya climaxes, convulsing and wailing. I surrender to a tight embrace and unleash my boiling seed into her womb. This is a fucking riot! Saya collapses atop of me, still smiling, and I wrap my arms around her. The feeling of her soft, sweat-soaked skin and the warmth emanating from her body reassures me that she is still here. Fuminori, are you crying? What a pussy! Crying? I realize that my cheeks are wet with tears. Why, Saya? Why do you go so far from me? My boiling seed. I don't understand it. I don't, but I'm losing myself to you more every day. I can't live without you, Saya. I wrap my arms around her, praying that our bodies will melt together and never be apart. Never again be apart. Tell me, please, what must I do to keep you with me? How can I repay you? Keep holding me. Saya whispers into my chest. I am not moaning. I want you to make love to me. I want to stay like this forever. I won't leave you, Fuminori. Why? Why me? Because you are all alone. She says softly, gazing up into my eyes. All alone. Just like me. The sorrow in her voice resonates with my own. There is a deep loneliness in her eyes. A loneliness from which now springs boundless affection. You're all I have. In this whole wide world, only you will embrace me, my precious Fuminori. Now I know. No matter what horrors this world unleashes upon me, all I'll ever need is Saya. Sick transition. Yo's determined to talk to him today. Nothing will happen as long as she hesitates. It will only prolong her suffering. Time has come to show courage once again. Titties. Yo's fourth period on Thursday is biology. This is her one chance to see Fuminori. As a required course with many students, the lecture is held in a large hall that can seat well over 200. But since the room is usually only half full, it's really difficult for Yo to find the seat she wants. Yo first sit near the center where it's easiest to hear the professor. It's for the same reason. Fuminori usually sits beside her. Although given the ambiguous state of their relationship, she knows better than to take this for granted. Still, she tries to save a seat whenever possible. The classroom isn't crowded today, so Yo is able to set her bag on the seat next to her without inconveniencing anyone. When the professor arrives at the usual time to start the class, there is still no sign of Fuminori. After waiting for about 10 minutes, Yo scans the room furtively. Fuminori is there, sitting alone in the far back corner. Did he miss Yo when he came in? No, he couldn't have. Besides, no serious student would willingly sit so far away from the front. Feeling miserable, Yo slides her bag back over to herself. Fuminori is out the door the moment class ends. Yo barely manages to catch up with him before he disappears down the hallway. Run, boy, run! Fuminori! Fuminori jerks at the sound of his own name. You'd think she just screamed at him. What? Nani? He turns to her and asks reluctantly. Now that they're face to face, Yo is painfully aware of how much weight Fuminori has lost. His sunken eyes and protruding, I can't say words anymore. Cheekbones are a far cry from the features familiar to her. She wonders whether he's under a lot of stress or perhaps not getting enough nutrition. Maybe it's both. He definitely looks more tense than he should, afraid even, though of what she can't imagine. His eyes move restlessly from point to point, and he refuses to look Yo in the eye. It hurts to see Fuminori this way. What could have changed him so? Maybe he just sees flesh everywhere. Did you ever think of that? Today she reminds herself of rekindling the flame of courage in her heart. I want to talk to you about something. Do you have some time? No. The courtyard is empty and silent. No one is willing to sit and chat in the cold November air. So what is it? Don't you remember? Yo almost blurts the question, but manages to keep her composure. You've been acting strangely lately. I'm worried about you. Well, lots happened. See flesh wolves, fucked a lolly, you know. Usual Saturday. Smiles like it's nothing, but even that seems stiff and forced. He's even standing precisely one pace farther away from her than he's used to. Okay, that's like stalkerish. Is that really all? Okay, that no music for a while was actually really good. What more do you want? Yo manages to keep from flinching at the harshness of his tone. It's like you're struggling with something. Dots. Rather than answer, Fuminori grinds his toe into the dead grass at his feet. Fearing that a determination might flag, Yo lets the words come as they may. It's like there's a terrible weight on your shoulders, and it's slowly breaking you. Flesh-wise law. That's how you look to me. Oh really? Sorry. Oh really? Fuminori mutters through clenched teeth, no longer trying to deny it or change his topic. There is an even clearer signal of rejection than his prior evasiveness. Oh my god. So many big words. But Yo's determination is strong. Today at least. She won't back down. It's times like these, she implores, trying to convey the sincerity of her feelings for him, that she needs your friends. Well, I wish I had friends. Well, let's just transition that. I feel really bad about your parents. But you're not alone, and you're Koji, and Omi, and Goofy. Yo can no longer stop the words from pouring from her lips. She fears that. What the fuck happened to the roads here? Anyway, she fears that if she does not unleash the feelings pent up inside of her, they will be lost forever. I think we can help you, so you don't have to deal with it all by yourself. Even if we can't do anything, just talking to us might make you feel better. I won't help you. We won't do it. So please, stop it. Yamete! She promised herself that she wouldn't back down, but Fuminori's expression is terrible enough to shatter her resolve. The look in his eyes is not anger or any other warm-blooded emotion, it is hate. Murderously cold hate. Come to think of it, I never gave you an answer, did I? He remembers. He remembers, yet still he has treated her coldly. This is all the answer she needs. If his words stab any deeper, she might very well die. I never saw you in any special— Oh, savage! When you asked me out, I wasn't sure how to respond. I didn't know how I really felt about you then. Fuminori. Now I can give you an answer. I've had plenty of time to think it over now. I hate you. Oh wow! I hate you super. I don't ever want to look at you. Don't cry, Yo tells herself, but too late. Stop the tears pouring from her eyes. I suppose it's too much to hope I never see you again. We do go to the same school. So it's too much to hope I never see you again. Oh wait, your voice— wow, savage! Your voice makes me sick. How can you be so cruel? Yo whispers in shock and despair. Oh my god, his fucking smirk! To which Fuminori twists his lips into a malevolent smile. You really should really try thinking for yourself once in a while. I bet you were just egged on by Umi and Koji, weren't you? Oh, you can play at love all you want, leave me out of it. That's all you can take. Even after shedding tears in front of him, she absolutely refused to let him hear her cry. Any disgrace would be preferable to breaking down here. So she runs, fleeing breathlessly from the courtyard with Fuminori's cold smile at her back.